Start recording my screen. Then I'm going to go live. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Let's first of all see if you guys can see my screen. Yay, can you see Discord? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to lower the stream quality for the moment because it does help people with the connection issues. What? Fine. So the other thing that I've been doing is for the audio on these, I've been lowering the bitrate a little bit for people. So it hopefully uses up less bandwidth and people can hear it. Wow, we got quite a good little check-in here. Thank you guys. I know that not everybody can make all of these. Not everybody can make every one of these. So who has sound available? Can I just do a quick sound off? Allie, can you hear and check sound real quick? Allie,
Daddy,
can you unmute yourself and test?
Daddy,
Hang on, kiddo.
you can't hear me.
Yeah, they can all hear you.
You can't
All right,
hear
Allie,
me.
can you try talking so I can see if I can hear you?
You can't hear me.
I can't hear Allie. What about Athalia?
Daddy.
Do you have sound?
Daddy,
Remember, I said you had to be quiet while I'm doing this.
Daddy,
Does Athalia have sound?
I have a question.
Don't hear Athalia.
Daddy.
No.
Daddy, I have a question.
What, Riley?
The black cat with white hair and her heartbeat is like is moving around.
All right, let's see. Can I hear other people? All right. Okay, I see people hopping in. I was going to try to do a mic check and check everybody, see if everybody can talk, but I figure we'll have... I hear Logan through Cena. Right? That was right, or was that Hunter through Cena's computer? Oh. Aren't you guys supposed to be isolated from one another? Oh, God. Does that work? Can you guys see that or no? You can see me not being, awake. So I've got a little setup here so that this is kind of how I was doing the lessons and whatnot. So how many of you have already, have most of you already watched those or seen those or checked in on those? Okay, what about 6th graders? Any of you guys chime in and say if you've done things or not? When are you going to? Okay. Anyways, so essentially, of those that were posted, 8th grade, I know you're still missing 1 or 2 of these things. You're still missing some of these, right? Yeah. 8th grade, you're still missing 2 videos, I believe. Those should come up hopefully today or tomorrow. We'll see. Hear my little kiddo running around. You saw her pop in my screen. So yeah, I've been recording things on here. Just real quick, if you have not already been into your Google Classroom, every class should have something that looks like this. It's got their remote learning post and then the quizzes practice. Did everybody see that, at least for some of it? Okay. Does anybody know of anybody else that had any issues with doing stuff or no? Did anybody else have issues or were you guys all okay or... Huh? Okay, so you guys did not really have much issue doing this. It was all okay. So I just want to show you a few things. If you didn't already see my question, I put a silly question in here to get everybody to actually read directions. I know that 7th grade had a bit of a challenge with that during one of their tests recently. Having to read directions is kind of important. Let's see. Wow, that is a good number of you guys checking in. I appreciate that a lot. And then I just need my kiddo to... I'm working, kiddo. Sorry, guys. I've got my little one running around here and keeping me busy. Anybody else having problems getting work done because of having a lot of people in school or a lot of people in the house around you? You guys can just type answers into the math room or you can just unmute and say stuff. No, you guys aren't having any of those issues? Okay. Is that Zach with the robot voice? Okay. Gotcha. What is working best for you guys? Oops. Sorry, I just accidentally invited Brooklyn to something. Please feel free to ignore that, Brooklyn. Okay, is the math stuff, so I'm just kind of checking in, is the math working as far as like what was posted and where to find everything? Is that going okay? Like, is this document good enough to help navigate everything that you guys are doing? Okay, that's fine. It's working well to navigate that. That's okay. Because I'm literally just trying things out and trying to see what would work. Okay. So, all right. Grace, if you were saying you were having a little bit of, are you having tech trouble or okay. So I keep getting this question about how to type on documents. Okay, Brooklyn, I have no idea why you cannot unmute the microphone. Stick around after everybody's wrapped up here, and I will try to walk you through stuff as best I can. Most likely, you don't have a microphone connected. Would be my guess. If you go into your settings, if you're watching my screen, and then click on voice and video, you should be able to change your input device up top here to a microphone. You also should have your input mode set to voice activity and not push to talk, because otherwise it might be just muting you randomly using a push to talk button. So if you change that to voice activity, and then you should be able to unmute it. See if that works. Other people are having that issue. The questions come up a bit, how do I type or how do I submit my answers? So in the overview video that I posted for you guys, I can't remember if I actually mentioned things here that I needed to cover, but what I would like you to do is to either take a picture of your work, or what you can do is what some people have done, and I will just go find one of these, and sorry whoever this is whose work I'm sharing. What some people have done is they just went ahead and typed in their answers like this. I think this was Gracie Wright, so if you're in here, sorry for showing off your work, but it was fine. So they just sort of copy pasted it into a Word document, which works okay. And then what she did is she went ahead and just highlighted all of the work so that I can kind of see where this came from. Okay. You won't be able to type into these other documents that I've got going on, mostly because if you were able to type into it, then you would be able to change this for everybody in the class. I could make it so that I give you guys a copy of the document, but then it just might get like messed up if I want to edit this document later on or whatnot, then that might be a bit of a problem, you know? Okay. Okay, what is DocHub? Okay, so it just lets you edit directly into the PDF, right? Okay. So I use a thing called Foxit PDF Reader is what I use. If you have a computer and can do this, I like to use this because it's free, it's fantastic. I could always post the link to it later on. But what happens is you'll be able to actually download and install this app, and you could actually like write over top of it if you're using like a device that you can do touch input on. So that's one way to do this, where you can do that. If you want to, you could always just take a normal handout like this, and then, oh god, this is going to be cluttered. Yeah. If you wanted to take one of the handouts, what you can do is you could just like write the problems out, like, and you don't have to like recopy all of the work. That is almost impossible to see. I'm sort of sorry that's not going to work. Anyways, that'll be better for the YouTube stream afterward. This will be all over the place. So what you could do is you could just write out your work and then do that rather than having to print out the PDF. If you want to scan it, you can do that later. Yeah, and you can submit your work in Google Classroom. That's totally fine. There's a lot of questions that keep coming up, like, are we still using Aries? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I don't have the right answer for if we are using Aries or not. I don't know what this looks like later on, and none of your teachers do, because we're waiting on the higher ups to basically make those decisions, the people that aren't like in charge of our school. Does that make sense? Thanks, it was really annoying. If you want like the absolute like best option for this, yeah, absolute best option for this would be if you had the ability to print it, write it in pen and not pencil so it shows up nicely, scan it, and then upload it to Google Classroom. However, I understand that that's not an option for everybody, so I'm kind of trying to present like the main idea, I suppose, if that makes sense. I would rather just have like the main idea and have that ready to go. However you get that as a way of just saying, let me see, hey, I did this. The other thing that I'm going to be uploading is probably, I'm trying to decide if I want to do it like Wednesdays or Thursdays. What I'm going to do is I'll take, I keep using 6th grade. Let's use 8th grade as an example because, you guys get forgotten about. You can't see me smiling and laughing about that, but I did. So what I have is I'm going to probably print out or upload the PDF of these answers. You guys can still see my screen? I'm not losing this. So what I'm going to do is I will probably just take this and upload like an image because it'll be easier to open than a PDF or something like that. But I'll just post the answers into probably the Google Classroom, or I'll post them in the folder. Have you guys been using the folder that was sent out of all the info? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's named ACMS Online Resources. Have you guys seen this folder already or no? Interesting. So this was sent out in the original email to you guys. You guys should all have access to it. You got a Google. You got this calendar for sure. You guys did get that access to it. Emily, I cannot hear you if you're trying to talk. Sorry. Let me see here. Well, I can hear you now. I think for some of... Sina, what do you mean you can't... Is it... Oh, it's probably internet bandwidth. I'm not sure. So I'm trying to share my whole screen, but the other thing that will... Okay. Okay. On the computer, you have to enable it. Okay. So sorry, I'm saving this because I want to have the video saved for people too. So what should be there is there was an email that we sent out that was the middle school update right here. Okay. Okay, so I believe so all of your advisory teachers sent this out. It was the one from 3/18/2020. So you could actually just search that date in your document. And here we had some links. We had the technology questions. If you are having tech issues, fill it in. Just tell me what's going on. There is this Edmentum link that's here, and there's also a link to the Google Drive right here. So in this link right here, it says Google Drive. You should be able to click it, and you will find this resource folder. And then it should all be in here where you guys can see the math class. So I will check that link just to see that it's accessible to anybody. Yeah, this is accessible to anybody with the link. There's no online, except it only has the I can hear whoever that was. Yes. Interesting. Oh, you guys have the files. Huh. Interesting. Thank you for that. I will try to figure out what is wrong with that and then see, because you should have access to this entire folder. Interesting. Let me... Anybody with the link can view. That's set correctly. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it probably added you directly when I emailed it, or it set something there. Let's go ahead, and if you guys have that link in there to the Google Drive, I'm gonna try it again, and that's really interesting, because that's one of those issues that brought... Oh, hey look, I think I fixed something. Hey, this is my nobody's logged in section. That would explain things. Anyways, so those of you that are just now seeing this, which is literally everybody because nobody had access to this before, just a real quick, in the email that was sent out on this day, the middle school update subject line, I think we all did something similar. Did every advisory get one of these from your advisory teacher? Okay. That's good because we wrote it together, so we were supposed to get that. Just check all the chat. Who was that? Ada. Hello, Ada. Yeah, that it could have been shared to you guys differently depending on how it was sent out. Anyways, there's this Google Drive link, and it will show up a folder for the resources. And what you'll find is you should have some help. So like there's some Edmentum resources. There's a student orientation, which is walking you through Edmentum. There's how to access guided notes, how to turn off your pop-up blocker so you can actually use Edmentum, whatever it's called. And then it should be in the Google Drive folder that was sent out. Yes, whoever that was. Yes, Rachel. Okay, so there's... Okay, inside of the Google class, so let me finish up with this real quick. So in this folder, you'll have stuff for ELA. There's like 6th graders should have, I don't know if Alderson's put anything in there yet. I know Rojas was using this, but so what I did for my math classes, I just put the document in there that the 6th grade homework and the PDFs there if you wanted to get them somewhere else. If 6th grade, did you guys get you guys got the PDFs? They just had to link them, right? Are there 6th graders on here that can say they got the PDFs or not? There's like a bunch of you guys. 6th graders. Did you guys get the PDF homework packets that I send out normally on there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I did give them to you somewhere. I'm sorry, Sina. I'm going to upload this whole session to YouTube afterward. And hopefully that will work so that you can do that. But you can just type questions and then I'll try to answer those when I can. Okay. If you guys have those, that's good. Inside the Google Drive document, I've got, I linked all of the homeworks for each of those by week, so you can kind of look up what's there. Real quick guidebook on what's in this document, which I've shown most of you have already seen it and kind of gone through it, but just to kind of show you. The first is a link to the math class overview. I know that not all of you have watched it because it will tell me the number of viewers. There's only 41 views. There's more than 41 of you. So you guys should watch that if you haven't already. There are lesson videos of which we're doing for the sections. These are the PDF links that I had said that I sent out. I put in an optional practice. I'll upload another one that's more of like a, when you're done with all 3 of those things or all of the sections, then you'll want to do the mastery assessment. Is that making sense? Like the mandatory one is sort of like your, hey, we're checking to see that you actually understood the material. Brooklyn can't hear me and Grace can't hear me. Are they the only ones? Thanks, how are you? Yeah. I was actually just trying to walk them through the hyperdoc that I posted. So nice. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, so I'll show you guys that I actually put some extra practice in here with the big optional tag. If for some reason you run out of math to do and you really want more math to do, or if your parents are like, well, I can't ground you because you're not allowed to leave the house anyways, there's these PDFs that I pulled off of the website. These are excellent practice because they tell you like, so like this is just 7th grades. Like this PDF is how to write equations using the 5D process. And it gives you an example, a describe, a define, how to test it, how to write the equation, how to write your answer. Another example all the way through. Like it's 100% worked out for you to read along to and figure out if you understand it. Oh, sorry, there's 3 examples. And then there's some practice problems, which again, if you just are like, I really don't get this, I need some more practice, it's too hard, these are good to do to kind of train yourself to get better at them. And then it also has the answers down here too. So this is really cool for you guys if you wanted to use those. Hey Sina, there are people that have said they want more math. There are people in your class that have said they want more math. So watch it. Anyways, so there's that are really good resources. If you missed that earlier, I'm going to be posting up the answers to your homework assignments so that you guys can self-check your work. Because I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to check and see, hey, I do understand this, or hey, I really didn't get this. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to essentially know if you're doing it right, because there's not that immediate feedback of being in a classroom where like I'm sitting over your shoulder and being like, hey, that's wrong, hey, that's wrong. There isn't that sort of feedback going on. So that's going to be a tool for you to use. Let's see here. There's some other of those. I did put a Discord tutorial video up here That's something that I want to, if you didn't already watch that and you're having some tech difficulties, it might help you. It might have been phenomenally useless. I'm not sure. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Emily, you're 100% right. That is one of the biggest downsides. I wish that it wasn't cutting out with my sound, but I'm recording. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, guys, I think you're having an issue of. So you cannot see the stream right now. It's just Discord chat, right? You guys see that? Okay. So here's my suggestion. If you guys have a talk thing, Brooklyn, I'll try to troubleshoot this afterward with you. If you go into your user settings down here in your Discord, if you're on the phone, it's somewhere else. Go over to where it says voice and video under your app settings, and you're going to change your voice activity. This little setting right here where it's input sensitivity, that's been causing some problems for people. You change this little switch from automatic to manual, and then you lower this slider down here, so it'll basically pick up your voice a lot easier. It's meant to help you tune out background noise, but what it should do is allow you to do that. If you are, let's see, Brooklyn, if you're having problems, make sure that your voice settings has a microphone setting here. It's on the right of input sensitivity. It's this little button right here. It looks like a little thing. Yes, if it's here, if it doesn't have a setting, then it's here. If it's off, it's gray, and you want that set there. And what it should do is it'll pick up your voice and then do that, and hopefully that'll stop me from cutting out. It's also very possible. Yeah. It's also very possible that there's internet issues. Like if you don't have enough bandwidth to do stuff, it might not do it. I've tried to make it as accessible as possible. So I'm going to upload all of this to YouTube. So hopefully you'll be able to watch it at like kind of your own pace afterward if you'd like. All right. And Mia and Malia, you say you can't see the stream. Bad internet. Okay. So if I had like a number one absolute best way to do it, I would suggest that you print out the math homework. So if I had like the 100%, this is the best way to turn in your work, this is the gold standard, I don't know that you have access to do that. So I'll type this so that if people can't hear, they can still see it. So this is a question that people came up. Okay. Okay, so the best way to do it would be to print out the homework, write it in pen so that it shows up better, and not like hot pink pen, and you know who you are if you're thinking that it's one of you guys. Yeah, there's some of you. Oh, let's turn it in yellow. Yeah, or use like what's the other one? White colored pencil. Yeah, that's a good one. Printing out the homework, write it in pen so it shows up better, scan it, and then upload. You need a scanner. If you have like a printer, copier, scanner all in one. Yeah, you don't need to go buy one of these, but like I have something like this at home. You feed the document in and then you scan it. That's what I mean by a scanner. Okay. There are also there's also phone apps that let you scan. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Another option is to just upload a very high resolution document. That's also fine. Honestly, there's like 1,000 of them. Just pick one that works and is free. Phone app scanner. See what that looks like. So that's one option. If you wanted to, like, the absolute best way would be to print out the PDFs that I send you so it's all nicely organized. Then take a picture of it or scan it and send it to me through the Google Classroom. If you don't know how to do that on the Google Classroom, you go in like the student work section. So let's see. So Jack submitted something, Claire submitted something. Let's show off their homework. Sorry, Molly, if you're in here. She just typed it in. That's fantastic. It's one way to do it. It's not the easiest, but it works. That will work just fine. I mean, this is okay. It's not the best, but I can still work with it. That's okay. Just make sure you upload it after you're done and you hit submit so that I see it. So that's one way to do it, is to just do it there. There's a few of you that have been emailing it to me, which is also totally fine. Yeah, Grace Cooper, I get that you can't print things. I understand. So not everybody has the ability to print, which is why I'm like, the best way. Another way is to just using the ebook, like just write it down on a piece of paper. Sure. I hope it's not a virus, but I'm not vouching for it. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. Okay. And you can, again, you could email these, you could submit them in Google Classroom, you can do whatever. Do you guys think that it's too much to manage the Edmentum for your other classes and then math for the way we have been doing it? Or do you guys prefer math to stick the way that we're doing it right now? I'd like feedback from you guys, like what is working for you so that we can make this work the best for you. Like that's what we want, is we want this to be as successful as we can for you. Like, I know that it's not ideal, but yeah. You guys are okay with the Google Classroom and the printout of these math? It's hard not having a lesson to actually learn during. If we went through the Edmentum? Yeah. And we considered that. I considered that as well. I just kind of want to know I made the decision to not go with the Edmentum because I feel like I could deliver most of the content pretty well online to you guys. The only problem right now is where do you fill in and submit your work, right? That's kind of the hardest part. Mm-hmm. Okay. I am open to suggestions on how to fill in that work to me. Let's see here. Let's see. What if we did a iReady? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal to type the work into a Google Doc. Yeah. That's the thing, is like, especially when I'm providing you guys with the answers to these, I don't have a way to check if you're actually doing the work yourself. Like that's the fact of the matter, is like online classes, there's no way for me to possibly control what you're doing in your own home and be like, oh, well, you just looked at that answer and wrote it down and then submitted it. Like, there's no way for me to actually check that. So Yeah, I think scanning it and submitting a picture of it might be a good option. What do you guys think if I made like a Google form where like you could just type in your answers and then hit submit?
That would be a lot more simple than taking up like 5 pages
Yeah,
in a
I
notebook.
very much like that. So I agree with you.
Oh God, okay.
Like I'm working on my math right now, and that's taking up like 6 pages of a notebook.
How are you on third? Big numbers what
I'm actually
thing is that you would like to provide like a document for us
To fill out basically? I mean, or at least just like a format for stuff. But the problem is if all I'm collecting from you guys is your answers, that doesn't really help as much because because if I'm giving you the answers, then like asking you to submit the answers doesn't really help a lot. Yeah, but some people can't print is the problem. Yeah. Yeah, something that you guys could type into if you wanted. What if it? Yeah, it could even be just like a form where you upload the picture to. Maybe if you wanted to do a picture of your work. Also, Joel, if it's taking up that much paper, you should know that you don't have to rewrite all the questions. Are you rewriting all the questions?
I'm actually not rewriting all the questions.
Okay.
I'm not using the back of the paper instead of the.
Oh, okay.
I'm using the CPM and I'm writing my whole explanation
Okay.
onto the actual piece of paper instead
Yeah.
of the exam.
And you guys should also remember the Google forms or the homework help is actually still pretty good. Yeah, I'm hearing the Google forms might be good, so maybe look for that next week. It'll probably be pretty simple, like just type in your answers to these problems would be good. Um, yeah, Jack's been using the homework help. That's pretty good. Grace Cooper, I'm very sorry that you cannot hear. Um, you suggested Prodigy and you suggested iReady. The problem is that I mean, yeah, yeah, I'm not feeling like the iReady is a good option. Yeah,
I don't think Prodigy would work. Because you kind of just get random questions.
yeah.
And I think that Outbrain only have like a secondary question, so I'll randomly have like a high school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna try to find a better way for you guys to submit work. I think that's just like the top priority is like a better way to submit work. Do you agree? Okay. Other than that, is the CPM stuff okay? Like, is it okay to stick with the CPM stuff, or are enough of you like this isn't working? We need to do the Edmentum. Okay. Yeah, and okay, because I think yeah, and I appreciate that. I know that a lot of you want to do that. Part of why I want to stick with the CPM is there's a few reasons, and I'll just kind of justify them for you. I know, Araya. Next year you're going to be in another CPM math, so I want there to be that continuity that will lead from this year's CPM to the next one, and so I know that there's that continuity that I want to have. Sort of, Cena. I heard something. So, yeah. So there's that. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap up a minute or two early in order to give some tech support help. I know Brooklyn needs some tech support help where it's cutting out. And Athalia, you said yours was cut it out. Araya, you can't talk for some reason. That's weird. I heard you just fine. Did you change that setting earlier down here? Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, Raya. Okay. I heard somebody there. Like how to write in the work for it? Or. Yeah, so the thing is, I'm gonna 100% accept. If you turn it in, it's gonna be fine. Like, if you can, like, what I want you to do is to take the time to do the work, to learn from what's going on, and then learn from it. Like, I I'm going to pretty much accept what I can because I know this is not ideal for anybody. I know that this is hard for everybody. Yeah, Rachel. I don't actually. So, yeah, yeah, I'm just going into Google. Like, look right here. I just Googled Core Connections 2 homework answers PDF, and like, I'm betting the first answer is some public. Here, this is. That's Algebra 2. That's not the right one. Yeah, like, most people could just Google all of the answers. This is Course 2. This is a parent guide. Like, a lot of the answers are online. Yes, but I can't verify it. Like, I honestly don't know that you didn't have a sibling sit down and do the whole work for you. And I'm not saying that you did, but I know. And I'm not saying that I could check that, but like, that is the challenge of an online learning thing, is that I can't verify that. So, what yeah. So what I'm going to do is, so I'll probably use over here where I have this mastery assessment that I have no link to yet. I'm going to make a quizzes that you only get one attempt on. It's one attempt, and that's my way of checking if you actually understood what we were doing. Does that make sense? Yes. I don't know off the top of my head, but let me see. Um, I see something turned in. I see that you scanned something, and that is fantastic. What did you use to scan that? Okay. Okay. Do you mind if I share that with everybody? Do you mind if I share that with? So what she did is she submitted this here. So what I see in my Google Classroom is this scan, and it looks like this. Like, can you not see my screen? Okay. It should be. It should still be. Yeah. It'll be in higher resolution on the YouTube part afterward if you want. Um, what? I don't need you to send a screen recording of you doing the work. Like, so I haven't even looked at this. So what did Indy do? Sorry, Indy, if I'm throwing your work on blast. Yeah, she took a picture of it, and that works. Like, I can see stuff. She didn't need, 1,000 pages. That works fine for me. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So, yeah, so that's one option to doing it. But, like, Parker... So, Parker, you submitted it, right? But you didn't actually hit the submit. Yeah, but you have it. Okay, so he submitted a screen capture of him typing on top of it. Does that make sense? So he's using this program called DocHub, which I will link as well. What's up, Zach? Okay. Which is fine. We just need to confine that to the mess hall. So right now, yeah, as far as a better solution to like even me, like I've been on this call and I have notifications in 7 different locations. Yeah. Well, like I check the tech support because right now Brooklyn's having a challenge and so they're working there. So like you guys could so here's my suggestion for your own managing for this. If you go into these like morning assembly is good to have notifications for, but I'm probably going to change this so that just Mr. Wright posts in here cuz like yeah, it was cool to have this, but like we don't need the yeah and yep. Like it wasn't really needed, but that's 2 notifications that somebody ignored. This did not have to occur, ladies. Ladies, this did not have to happen. And James, sorry, James, if you're in here. But like, that was just a lot of chat that was just like, yep, hi, 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 hey, hey, hey. Like, that is 15 notifications that somebody does not want to have to look through. So if you can find it into the mess hall and then you go into your settings, you can change your notifications to just be things that you're mentioned in. So the problem with the direct messages is that I kind of like having the public record of the chat logs. I prefer to handle most things publicly than in the direct messages, which is kind of annoying for everybody, but it's just a preference. And so having that, but like also if somebody chimes in and they're like, "Hey, can I do what Gracie did?" and I say, "Yeah," so that's fine. Anybody else that reads that could see that if they want to scroll through it. Um, oh yeah, so like this, Rojas just made a channel for if there's a problem with Edmentum and you want us to unlock it, request it here. So if there's a problem with Edmentum, deal with it there. So we're working on it. Um, I think overall the pros of having Discord outweigh the annoying notifications. Do we agree? Like I know some of you are a lot more active on here than others, but like right now there's 28 of you who have it open in some capacity, and that's like, you know, you get 20 people in a class, there's going to be a lot of chatter. It's very, very similar. So I just kind of want you to, you know, realize that it's there to help out, and maybe a couple of you need to do a little bit less spammy greetings every morning, or just take it to the mess hall. Huh? What were you saying there, Zach? Okay. Yes, that's another good point for you guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you don't want to stick around for more Discordy stuff, um, I'll see what I can do to help out. If you like using Discord to chat, you guys can create your own Discord servers. Like, there's a button to add a server, and you just go in and create it. They're free. So, like, if there's a group of you and you really want to have your own hangout chat room to just shoot gifs and memes at each other constant, yeah, and a lot of them can be annoying, but like if you look at my screen, so you guys can still see my screen, right? Weird. That's really strange.
You know, that's why haven't been able to.
Okay.
You know.
Interesting. hmm Not everybody has two monitors there, McCall. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, if you guys wanted to, you guys could always. So yeah.
So there's a channel, the mess hole. How do you like delete that if you don't want it?
So okay, you can't delete it. What you do is you click on this edit channel, or you right click on it on your computer, and then you go down to mute channel, and you can mute it until you turn it back on.
Hey, that sounds awesome.
So you don't have to.
What is the general?
Oh wait, can you guys mute that channel or no? You guys have to just turn your notifications off, turn it to nothing.
Wait.
Can you guys? Did you guys have the option to mute it or no?
Yeah.
I might be able to mute it.
Are you on your phone? Yeah. Okay, so click on a random one. Alright.
Hmm.
Top right, there's like a little bell next to like a pen and the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Click the bell and you can't hear anything.
Yep. I have all of them on because I'm kind of trying to moderate some stuff and deal with people posting things elsewhere, but so anyways, there's that. Let's see. I think Brooklyn, you still wanted some. Nope, she left. Okay. If you are all having more specific Discordy issues, I will see if I can help you. The problem is that most of it is just how it was set up, or if your microphone isn't working on your computer.
Well, okay, so sometimes when I come onto the map, I can hear you totally fine and never kids, but I
Yeah. Yeah, and
even though my microphone.
okay. Um, I personally think that it's that setting that I talked about where it's picking up your voice
Yeah.
setting. I think that it's under user settings, voice and video, and then it is the voice activity not picking up your video because of the sensitivity of your microphone.
Sometimes when you say watch, join stream or watch,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear everyone, but you can't talk.
Yeah, which I'm not familiar with. Let's see here. Anybody want? I'll test it and see if I can do that. Can somebody else go live real quick, or do you guys not have the option to do that?
I don't think we have option to go to like a general or
Okay. Zach, you have a computer that has like a little bit of capacity to do stuff, right? Can you click the go live for it real quick and see if it works? Parker's live, so I'm going to click on Parker's and I'm going to. Thank you, Parker. You beat him to it. Okay, can you guys hear me or no? Okay, so. Yeah, so it's because you're in the channel. Can you still hear me? Okay, so I think that when you're in somebody's stream, the talking part of it is. There's like some feedback issues with it. Okay, click the little join the stream and then click the pop out button and see if that makes a difference. Possibly. Yeah, so can you guys still hear me talking? Okay. But, you don't want anybody who's live to be deafened because that won't really help things. You guys can just mute the sound of the pop-out stream while you're in it. Okay. That's very possibly. Yeah, you're on what device? What kind of device are you on?
I'm on a tablet. Like, I can turn on my
Parker, I'm gonna try something. I hope this doesn't kick you. Sorry, Parker. Okay, I was testing something. Yeah, I can hear you. No, I got rid of the stream. We're not doing a stream right now. I'll wrap this up right now. If you guys have other questions, just shoot me messages. I know we didn't do much of the math stuff, but if you have math specific questions, let me know. This was kind of a check in, make sure you know how to do the work, and then if you guys have more math questions on Thursday, we can try to address some of those. Would you guys prefer a office hour like section time for each grade level? Okay, it would probably have to be like really short, maybe like 20-minute little section of just quick help on homework. Okay, so what if I split up Thursday's office hours to where I do like a quick like just overall check-in to cover a few things that people are having issues with, and then like a little 20-minute snippet of each class.
I also don't want to do 3 classes on here because you can still like ask for help.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not doing individual channels. I'm just talking like when I host office hours, just be like, hey guys, 8th graders can have office hours here or something. So, okay, all right. Okay, so, all right. What I'm gonna do is I will post the office hours for each grade level. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'll post the office hours. I heard a hello from somebody very quietly. Who was that? Grace Cooper. I think Grace. I think I heard you. Grace C. All right, hang on. So Emily, I can hear you. Mute yourself so I know who's that. I heard Grace C for a second, I think. Grace C, can you try talking again? I can hear you now.
Wait, but then it says on mine that she's talking on mine.
It just shows that. Yeah. Hello. I heard somebody else that just said hello. Who was that? That was. Okay, me doesn't help me at all. Thank you. Rachel George, I can hear you. You can disconnect now. Go away. All right. Parker, I can hear you. I'm kicking you. Goodbye. Bye, I can hear you. Okay. Chloe, I heard your name. Araya, I can hear you. You're good. I heard an echo. Which one was that? First name. Who was it? Okay. Araya, I can hear you. I'm going to kick you out. All right. Somebody else. Who else was talking and I wanted to see if I could hear them? Maya, I can hear you. Fantastic. Hang on. All right. Athalia, was that you? I think I just heard you. Did you just say maybe? Can you say your first name, please? Thank you. Say your name so I know who you are. Athalia, maybe. Sweet. I can hear you when you're talking. So if you don't need any other tech stuff, you can pop out. It might be an internet issue. Island, do you need to check your audio? Do you know if it works or not?
It works.
Oh, fantastic. Cool. Yes, I heard Island. Allie, were you able to get yours to work, or Brooklyn? Brooklyn, you still can't. Oh, wait, I heard a hello. Was that a Layla? Okay, Layla, I heard you. You can feel free to leave if you know that your stuff is working. Goodbye, Joel. I heard you. It's working fine. All right. Claire, do you have sound issues, or are you just still hanging out in here? Okay, Brooklyn. Why on earth does it say you cannot unmute your mic? Okay, let me. All right, real quick. I'm gonna change you to a teacher real quick. See if that makes a difference. Try talking now. See if you can. Can you unmute your mic now? No. Okay, that didn't change anything. Let me mute you for the whole server and then unmute you. Does that work now? Okay. I'm gonna stop my stream.